Welcome to Collard Greens and Nerdy Things, your one stop shop for all things nerdy. Today, we have a big day for you. But first, I'm King, and that's my partner, JC3. And today, we're going to talk about what's next. What's next for Daredevil? It was a great series. We watched along the whole time. You guys were there with us. So, what do you guys think is going to happen next? Or what do you hope for? So, let's just dive right into it. Jay, what you think, man?
Oh man, well, as you know, I thought that this season of Daredevil was very great. I feel like it almost matched the level of the Netflix show, the original one. In that in the way of we have seen Matt and Fisk face off in a way that we've never seen before, which is what I appreciate about the show. I appreciate the fact that we are seeing Matt try to just tackle life as a lawyer and try to do right that way, while we also have Fisk trying to fool the world into thinking that he's no longer a crime boss, that and he's going for mayor, and he's slowly grasping power from New York City. And instead of just a beat 'em up between Daredevil and the Kingpin, we kind of have a tug of war for the heart of New York City, because we have both these guys who are trying to not be who they really are, in a sense. But throughout the course of these 9 episodes, we just see this tension build up between the both of them, whether it's meeting each other in the diner or dealing with their own personal issues, with Matt dealing with his new relationship with Heather, and Fisk not only trying to be mayor, but trying to rekindle and fix his relationship with his wife, Vanessa. And just seeing the struggle that they both have with that, while also trying to make sure that they don't fall out of line. That they don't fall out of line, and that their enemies don't do the same. So it was very awesome just to see that struggle between the both of them, and also just to get a new perspective of New York. We had this new thing called the BB report, where they showed actual New Yorkers, just give their thoughts about what's going on in the city. And I felt like that was a great way of making us feel like lived in the city. I feel like that was a good way to show us just a new side of New York, and uh, how they felt about the issues that were going on, when it came to Fisk, when it came to the crime, when it came to this new serial killer that's on the loose with Muse, and just seeing and feeling their fear. I feel like that was awesome as well. Another big point is we got the Punisher back. That was amazing. And that when the Punisher is back, there's chaos. We definitely felt that chaos in the last 2 episodes for sure. Uh, Great action all around. I did have just a couple issues with some characters. I feel like they were a little underdeveloped. A couple CG spots that might have been a bit off, but it didn't detract from just the overall quality of the show for me. Like I was blown away by some of the stuff that I've seen. A couple others were blown away too, if you saw the finale. So yeah, but I was very satisfied with this season. What about you, King?
I enjoyed the show, man. It was a good show. I still would say that it's a 10 out of 10. I really agree with the sentiment you were talking about bringing us into the universe and making us feel what the New Yorkers are really feeling. We don't often get to hear what the everyday man in the MCU and any Marvel project really feels like on their day to day. So the BB report did a good job of that, of really letting us know how the ground level person sees these bigger events go by their window. The idea that Matt cannot be both things at the same time, or he cannot go away from what is his nature. And his nature is to save, is to help people. And being a New York attorney is good, but he sees the way the system works and more needs to be done. And more for him is in the form of Daredevil. And you see the opposite with Fisk, right? He tries to decide, or he tries to be a bigger man, do something different, chart a new path with the idea that he'll stop being kingpin and kind of rule, for lack of better words, as a better man. But that's not who he is. That's not his base element. That's not exactly who he thinks or who he is in his heart. So he has to still be the kingpin. And both of them have shown that for those two characters and for some people, you can fight against your base instincts and fight against who you are, but you are still going to be who you are in the end. And I mean, that is also shown by Muse, right? He was trying to go to therapy. He was trying not to be the complete psychopath that he was at some points in his life. And he couldn't help it. The itch called, and he had to be who he was. So I think the show did a great job. For anybody who's not seen it, I would still say it's a 10 out of 10. Um, the biggest part for me, or the next thing that I was thinking, is I'm excited to see what's going to happen with the future. We know that there will be a season two of Daredevil Born Again, and I'd venture to say there'll probably be a season three. But the second season can really bring in more of those characters that we loved from the Netflix series: the Defenders, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Danny Rand, Night Nurse, Misty Knight, so many different characters. And one that we didn't see very often, Elektra. I think season two opens up a well of opportunity to bring in more of the street level characters, given that this vigilante task force is out and they're going to be taking people into custody or pretty much killing them because Fisk is now giving them the green light to do whatever they need to do with impunity. So it's going to be very interesting to see them get this team up team. And in the original comics, it took a whole team up team of local vigilantes and street level characters to take on Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin's task force. So I'm excited for those next steps and to see where that's going to go. What about yourself?
Oh, I'm excited too, my guy. Like I am very excited to see what they do with season two. As you mentioned, we are gonna they've hinted that we're gonna build an army, and I hope that army does come in the form of the defenders from the original Netflix series. Uh, it would be because it's gonna be cool to see how they deal with Fisk because he's the mayor, and I think I mentioned in our last episode when it comes to Matt, this is like his hell on earth, because how do you go against somebody who can change the law, bend the law to their will, and and Matt's supposed to specialize in the law. So how do you get around that? And I feel depending on what kind of developments Fisk has and what his task force does, I feel like that'll determine uh, the people that we get for Matt's army. Like you, I'm hoping that we can get a Jessica Jones, we can get a Luke Cage. We already saw the Punisher, Misty Knight. We could get that. Moon Knight. Moon Knight would be great to see because I feel like his character's kind of gotten lost in the shuffle with all the shows and movies that have come out since his show. So I hope we do get to see him. Maybe we can mix in a little Midnight Suns action too. I think that would be great. Um, if they want to bring in Danny Rand, cool, all good. Just, I would hope that they just have something really good for him to do and to contribute for. If they were to do anything, my opinion would be just put him with Luke Cage, do a Heroes for Hire situation. That would be pretty cool, legit. Um, Also on Danny Rand's team, who's also an Iron Fist, based off the second season of his show. Bring in Colleen Wing with her bad self. You know what I mean? Because to me, she was arguably like a better fighter than him. But again, like if they bring him back, they can change it up to make him better than I feel like he was in his original show. Um, but I'm excited to see that, man. I'm also excited to see I'm excited to see more Daredevil, honestly, from the second season. We didn't get a lot of Matt in the Daredevil suit for this season. I understand why, because again, we're dealing with the storyline of him trying not to be Daredevil. So I get the reasons for why on that. And plus we also got, a good courtroom episode with him defending Hector, the white tiger. So that was a benefit for us. But I'm hoping that this season gives us him more of him in the suit. I believe we saw, like, was it 4 or 5 Daredevil masks in the season when he was in his lair. I hope that he changes it up, changes the suit up a bit. Uh, I think we're supposed to see him in his black outfit, which would be awesome
Confirmed.
to see. Yes, confirmed. Awesome. It'll be great to see him in that, especially since we've already kind of seen him in that from the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man series. When he met up with Matt there and he was in his black costume. So that would be awesome to see. Speaking of which, maybe if we wish hard enough, maybe we can get Spider-Man. Maybe we can get a cameo. I get it's a TV show, and Sony's stingy, with the monies, but just one cameo from Tom Holland. Maybe him the suit. That would be cool, because that's the cool part about having this show back. It's based in New York, where a lot of Avengers are. A lot of heroes are in New York, and I feel like this would be a great time to just shuffle them all in. Not that you don't have to do it too quick, but a nice progression to where it makes sense. So I would personally love to see that, and I would love to see how Fisk deals with being mayor, and if he's going to start showing more cracks in his demeanor that other people might start to see. Maybe Vanessa sees the cracks and tries to do something about it. Maybe BB gets more info on the commissioner's death, her uncle's death, and she tries to out him. There's so many ways that this can go, and we also have Matt's current girlfriend, probably soon to be ex girlfriend, Heather, who just took a promotion from Fisk. So we have to see how that works out, because based off the first season, from what we gather from Heather, she's really not quite on board with masked vigilantes. She kind of has the mindset of, if you wear a mask, or if anybody wears a mask, they're a coward. So we know that, and we kind of see the tension between her and Matt in this season, when she's trying to figure out what's going on with him and what he's hiding from her. So it's going to be interesting to see how that evolves in the second season, and how their relationship either comes together or crumbles. I'm betting the latter, but it's okay because we got Karen back. You know. Also, give me more Punisher. I know that he's supposed to get a TV special, but Frank's back. Give us more Frank. You can't get enough of the Punisher, in my opinion. You know, but yeah, that's from here. That's kind of what I expect from the second season, my guy. Very
Ah,
good, very interesting.
hey, we'll see kind of where the story takes next, because I think the next thing we might see is Frank's special before the next episode or next season. Not too sure, but I know that that's a big to do, and maybe that will lead us into some other cool stuff. Maybe some Midnight Suns, as you mentioned. New York has one heck of a group of vigilantes and people, so this next season ought to be crazy. But that's all we got for today. You guys let us know what you're looking forward to for next season. Did you enjoy it? What's your favorite parts? Or what are your theories going into the next season? Just drop a comment, like, subscribe, share it to your friends. come check out your boy. And for Collie Greens and Nerdy Things, I'm King.
And I'm JC3. Thank you all again for the support and keep and watching along with us, keeping up with us. This has been awesome. Also, we know that Punisher is going to get out of that cage at the end of the season. All thanks to Anthony. Life lesson. Okay. If you know somebody is, a trained killer named the Punisher, you don't stick your hand inside a cage to help them. If you see a crazy person behind a cage, don't even talk to them. Just walk away. Otherwise, you'll end up like Anthony. But with that, I want y'all to stay nerdy.
Later.